Should we introduce our names first?
I guess. This is the intro. I'm Miles.
I'm Andrew.
Were you about to say you're Miles?
No, I'm not.
Or are you about to say that?
Maybe.
Okay. Anyways, we're going to talk about Deep Rock Galactic in general, and mainly Season 2. But first, we're going to introduce Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep Rock Galactic is a game where you are a dwarf, very small. They hate elves, bugs, and they like minerals. So you work for a interstellar mining company where you're mining the dangerous planet of Hoxie's 4, which is inhabited by dangerous bug life you will kill.
Yeah, the name of the company is Deep Rock Galactic, hence the name of the game.
Yeah.
Your main goal is really just to get resources. That varies from mission to mission. You could be getting, cores of literal stars. You can be getting, a type of oil, or even just, eggs of the aliens, just because why not? It's funny. But yeah, that's Deep Rock Galactic in short. It's a little more complex than that, but we're not very good at explaining things. Anyways, the main topic is Season 2, which is just recently ended. What was that, 2 weeks ago?
When it ended? About 2 weeks ago.
So Season 2 introduced the rivals. They're robots of a, rival mining company. Mm-hmm. They're not very fun to fight.
Not
Not at all. No one liked fighting them.
What makes them
different from the bugs?
Fun to fight is they're not really responsive, and they just kind of use guerrilla tactics. They just hide.
When you're fighting the bugs, they sort of charge towards you, and you have to maneuver around them. But with the rivals, they'll just do a drive-by shooting on you, and it's not very entertaining.
They do a drive-by shooting, and then they just leave.
And before Season 3, they did so much damage. They could literally 3-shot you. It was criminal. Now some of them were stagnant, like the sniper turrets. But those were, easy to deal with. All the turrets were. But then you had the patrol bots. Ooh, not fun encounters. And then you also had the caretaker boss fight, which is, it's better than the dreadnoughts.
It's a long boss fight that takes around 30, 40 minutes maybe sometimes.
It's better than the boss fights in the base game, which are just the bugs. Those are not very well designed, any of them.
Bugs.
Yeah, they're bigger bugs. They're called dreadnoughts. Those are not well designed. They're a textbook case on what not to do for game design when fighting bosses, because they have the same animations as the little bugs, but they're not slowed down at all, so it looks really bad. And also, they're just not fun mechanics.
There's only 3 of them too, so
there's only 3 types.
Pretty fast.
The twins ones aren't so bad. It's just 2. Slightly bigger than normal ones, and they'll heal each other sometimes, which is not very fun. You can't stop the healing. There's no counter to it. You just have to kind of suck it up.
And there's another one called the Hive Guard,
which is just objectively the worst. Its whole gimmick is that it just walks around the cave in circles doing nothing, and then summons little minions that you have to kill.
It has 3 weak points that you have to hit too, not just one.
And then you have to destroy its 3 weak points, and then you can deal damage to it for 30 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
And then you have to repeat that 10 times. It's not. The
bug isn't even stunned while you damage it. It's still following someone.
And sometimes it'll attack, but none of the dreadnoughts' attacks depend on its direction. So it could be facing the opposite direction of you, and its attacks will just go 180 degrees. It's not very entertaining, but the game is great. That's honestly, the dreadnoughts are the worst part of the game. Are. And that's saying something, because they're not awful.
That's the best part about Deep Rock Galactic. They have the perfect system of monetization. The Battle Pass system is the best Battle Pass system I've had in any single game.
You don't have to buy it
at all. You
don't
have to buy the Battle Pass. It
you
just
have to play
comes with the game.
Yeah, you just have to play the game.
And if you don't get anything from the Battle Pass, you can get it.
Yeah, if you don't get any of the seasonal stuff, it just gets placed into normal loot pools, which is objectively the best way to do it. I don't have to pay for it, but they also have paid cosmetics.
They do. If you want to support the game developers.
They look great, and they do nothing. They're all cosmetic. All their DLC is. So you just buy it because you want to look cool. That's it. And one of them, the supporter pack, just gives you a funny little badge. I paid $40 for that DLC, all of the DLCs.
Impulse buying.
It was an impulse buy. It was 12 o'clock at night.
Last night.
It was last night, yes. I woke up, and I was I gotta do it. It's on sale for half off. It was better than paying $80.
$40 is still a lot.
But I got a lot of cosmetics. And I like the game. I have almost 200 hours in it.
I do have
That's that's a seal of approval.
That is a seal.
That's I still have more time in Elden Ring, but still.
Deep Rock Galactic has a lot of it has some interesting humor to it. All of the doors are voiced by the exact same person. They're just pitch shifted.
It's a little goofy, but it works.
Yeah.
There's 4 classes. You have Driller, Gunner, Engineer, and Scout, all who have entirely different weapons, toolkits, all of that.
But they're all supportive to each other, except Scout.
Except Scout, who's a little rat, little goblin, who just sort of zips around the cave with a grappling hook and doesn't help any of their teammates, and always dies from like fall damage. Personally, my favorite is Driller, and as you might be able to guess by the name, Drills. That's like his main tool. He has dual wield like power drills and C4. It's fun because I get to kill my teammates most of the time on accident. Most of the time.
Most of the time. Well, my favorite is Engineer. He has turrets and a platform gun, which can be used for his teammates and for himself and his own mobility.
Who ironically works very well with Scout, but Scout doesn't help.
Scout doesn't help anyone.
He has his flare gun that's like super useful, but most Scouts don't make use of it like at all. It's kind of incredibly annoying.
Well, all the Scouts do is like zip around everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, but I don't think the trade-off, like the extreme mobility is cool and all, but it's not worth the trade-off of just like the objectively worst weapons in the game.
I don't know if it's objectively worst. I think it's just...
But like, they are the worst weapons. I think in terms of like raw DPS, they're the worst. Think about this. So with the Engineer, you get a grenade launcher as like their starting secondary. That one-shots basically all standard bugs. And then they also get a giant laser cannon that can kill most standard bugs in like a second of concentrated fire. And they also get a giant plasma cutter that can, get this, one-shot most bugs. And then you go to the Driller. Secondaries, pistols, okay. But all their primaries are like heavy-duty equipment, like a flamethrower that can kill most bugs just by lighting them on fire over time. And then you get a cryo cannon, which allows you to almost instantly kill any frozen bug. And then a goop gun, which can dissolve any armor, making any bug substantially easier to kill. And then you swap to Gunner.
Yeah, he's the Gunner.
He's a gunner. I don't tell you, man. He has giant guns. He has like a rocket launcher, an AA cannon, a minigun. I don't need to say anything else. Yeah. And then you go to Scout. He's got a little Nerf gun, assault rifle. They got a buff recently, but it's still not great. And then he has
an M1 Garand.
He has a rifle that's cool, I guess. I mean, it can one-shot a bug if you like shoot him in the face.
It takes a long time to charge it up.
You have to charge it to make it actually do anything worthwhile. And then he has a plasma carbine that just sucks. It's just not great. It's good if you like get very specific upgrade paths for it, but it's not good at just shooting things, which is, what you want a gun to do. Yeah. I guess maybe it's subjective, but I think he has just the worst weapons.
I don't play Scout really that much, so I mean,
he's fun, I guess.
I mean, if you like the movement, he is.
I think he's probably the best one to play as like solo.
Yeah.
But in a team, I'm never going to be the person to play Scout.
Well, yeah, because, like, Scout, he's just kind of on his own, really. That's why he works with solo.
Yeah. But, like, Driller? I'm just saying, when you combine his freeze cannon and his secondary plasma pistol with some right upgrades, that's a mean combo.
I feel like you're a bit biased here.
I'm not biased at all. I don't have, like, 2 days of playtime on Driller. Shut up.
You do.
Okay, well, why do you like Engineer, Andrew?
He has a big, cool laser gun.
I think you're biased.
I'm not biased.
Oh, yeah?
It's a laser gun.
It's fair, it's a laser gun. But, cryo cannon. That's like some straight-up evil villain stuff. Yeah, like, no one doesn't like a cryo cannon.
It's why he's a war criminal.
I was really hoping in the new season they announced they were going to add new grenades. I was, like, almost certain that the Driller's next grenade was going to be, like, punji pits.
Then they add a mechanical saw, which just...
But then instead of a punji pit, the Driller gets this, like basically it's a lawnmower they throw down, and it just murders everything, including yourself and teammates. It does ridiculous damage.
It does more damage to your teammates than it does to the bugs.
It does like 110% damage. It's so fun, though.
It is.
It's not as good as his axes.
Yeah, well, I mean... It's kind of weird how the axes are the best thing when he has neurotoxin
and HE grenades,
high explosives.
But
compared to an axe,
but the axe is just the best because you can freeze an enemy, throw it at them, boom. If you have the right perks, you can just heal off of the axes. Criminal. There's not much to say. We didn't really talk about season 2 at all.
We did not. But that was an overview of the game.
Yeah, that was a good.
That was an overview of the game.
I hope this incites someone to want to play Deep Rock.
Yes, because it's one of the best games I have ever played.
It's like really good. It was on sale whenever season 3 came out for like $9, and if I bought it on sale, what was it when we bought it on sale? It was like maybe like 15 or something whenever you bought it. But it was like 66% off for like 2 weeks straight. And it would have been the best $9 I'd ever spent. I spent like $15 on it originally. which is still like one of the best $15 I've ever spent. Anything where I can spend $15 and get like 200 hours of enjoyment out of it and counting, that's a good game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Good game.
Good game.
Highly recommend.
Critically reviewed. Wait.
Is
critically acclaimed.
Critically acclaimed. We are the critics. We are claiming it.
We are the critics.
Yeah, that's it. That's about it. See ya. Quote.
Bye.
Charlie. Bye.